usually very sharp there. Just couldn't track that last one. Yeah, that's a big difference maker right there. Sometimes you have these really tough starts here, but right now it's all about how you finish for Nexus. They got the lead. Want to get their way through this third map here. It's been a tough one so far. Full of ups and downs in terms of momentum swings, but now the momentum swung in your favor here. It's a different story.
Again, great positioning here from Young Ninjas. Just need to convert. YoCap comes away with a dink. Zello playing this game just focuses in on the off angle, but there we go. Casper and Mistum, double entry here into the site. Now sprinting in through connector. Raga doesn't look too privy to this. He does get a shot off, but not enough to win this round. 4 consecutive kills from Young Ninjas will get themselves at least 8 rounds.
Yeah, that's definitely a challenge of that positioning right there. They really encapsulated that A side well, and the first point of contact was actually towards window. I can only imagine that offered up a lot of distraction right here, and look at the space. While this chaos is going down in towards window, they're out connected, they're lurking in towards the site, and well, hey, that's because Zello's sights are turned away from connector and towards window room, just covering one prong of approach that allows for the rest of the team to slip on in. So even though that kill wasn't converted right there, the value of the positioning alone is worth its weight in gold. The distraction that it caused forces Nexus into a timeout here where they've got a big investment. Look at this sort of setup that they're in right now. Look at the situation here for both teams. If you're on the side of Young Ninjas, you got a little bit of cash in reserve, but there's nothing left into the back pockets here of Nexus if this round goes awry.
We're going down to the wire if this round goes wrong. We're going to be at 9. All Nexus are going to be dead broke. Zello finally here with an AWP. Now the molly towards window. So much damage over to Sound. He's hoping there for a smoke. Little changes, little mix-ups. Smoke bottom connector about to fade though. And missed him. I'm wondering if he heard that op scope in. Either way, he'll smoke top connector. Keep that one locked in, but Bobex just locks in through the smoke. Crosshair on the right target. Instant. Spray down through the smoke. Erson left fuming.
I mean, that's just perfect. Lineups right there. Always risky to make those plays as well. It just gives up your lurking position once you make that move. But when you're rewarded like that, so very worth it. These 8 players left standing. I mean, Raga's still healthy. You got a nice trio going. And you got a dry peek coming through from Silence.
Okay. And then there's another flick. Zello's in the server. Oh, Zello's here. A sleeping giant throughout every single map in this series. Except for now. He's on for the ace. He's gonna get it. Zello, the sleeping giant wakes. He is here.
He's arrived, and again, it's not about how you start. It's not about how those last 2 maps went. It's about how you finish here. And if you can finish like that, if you can put your team across a line in these last couple rounds here in regulation for this 3rd map, for this decider, that's all that you need. Zello delivering in stride. That is the most impact that we've seen out of him all day today. And it comes through in the 18th round of our decider. And he wants more. He's hungry. You do not want to keep feeding this beast right now, but he's already awoken. I feel like this is already going to be a huge problem for the Young Ninjas in this closing stage that you're going to have to shut down quickly.
Swing top stairs here for BTN. He gets the spots. 2 riflers here will do it. This time without Zello. This time with perfect flashbang. Erson, no chance to even fire back because he's trapped out towards default. They're planting in the open. Wow, close to the smoke there. But BTN will go down to the spam. Some answers back. Whoa, oh, but Sound has got the transfer over. YoCap as well, playing a very volatile angle. The swing is there, and now surely you might try this. But they're not going to chance it. They're not going to chance it. Nexus knows how much this means to save. They're going to back away.
Definitely putting a lot of priority in keeping that economy stable, but moments given to you, so much that you still had to reclaim there in that round. It was a good 2 picks from Sound. They can't make that investment in. They still have a lead. They're still going to be able to get a purchase in some form or fashion. But yeah, I mean, that's what the Young Ninjas needed. Again, it's just a stomp down on that momentum that's been put up by Zello right there. Making sure that his op isn't even available there. Smokes were pristine. The flashes. I mean, do you see those 2 flashes for Palace? Harrison, again, not available to even toss a shot down range right there. Just left fully blind to the back of default. That's an excellent reaction.
Yeah, it's hard to mess that one up. For the Young Ninjas with some good preparation. That's some perfection. Casper. Top middle could activate on the lurk at any time, but Young Ninjas are going to play this one. Probably the slowest round we've gotten out of this entire game. I say that. We're lobbing smokes. We're going in with flashes, and Harrison, oh, he's completely blind again. Missed him again. Not going to mess that one up. Molly as well for Raka's position. As BTN is holding the line from out in Firebox. Again, another masterful performance, but Raka gets picked apart inside the smoke. It really has to be BTN. He's top Palace now. Didn't really rate positioning. And Zello has a cross cut off. He scopes up, focuses in onto YoCap. 2 versus 2, but a good activation.
Oh my god.
But BTN with perfect coverage. And leaves Silence in the clutch. He knows where both players are now. Finds the one onto BTN. And he's calling it.
It's the CT reposition.
The digits are in. 1 versus 1. Ring around the rosy. Round the site. And Silence will break his. 10-all.
It would get loud in the server right there. Shutting Zello down. And that clutch, man. The unity in Zello and BTN was perfect. The little coverage for the flank. I mean, just had no health, but managed to make the most of that dire situation they found themselves in. BTN still delivering here. But up to the challenge of that clutch, they're not the case. Tough ask right there. Silence in a 1v2 pulls that back. Young Ninjas looking to take the lead here as they call another timeout. The economy shattered on their opposition. Oh boy. This third map, again, I mean, as I said, this is how this decider needed to finish between these two teams.
And we finally have it. The money for Nexus is actually broken. We were talking about it for the last 3 rounds even. You know, Zello didn't ace there. Their money was toast. If they didn't save, their money was toast. And, well, here we are. Zello, Zeus up close. It works. Zeus getting in its value. Steals an AK. Is there anything else to help out? Yes! It's a 1D from Raga. Out from the catwalk. Missed him. Trying to hold off these pesky pistols swinging together. It's a 2 versus 3. Nexus are up a player in the post.
Oh, XT down incredibly low as well. He's making proactive moves here. One flanking deep. Through apartments right now. The other 2 just going to be flying up catwalk. The Alpha's got the line.
Jumping across, helping out. The Silence This bench position is exactly where you want to be. And Bob XD got the coverage, got the cross. Young Ninjas finally will break through, punching through here to retake the lead.
Yeah, massive. Right there, Bob XD delivering impact even though he's low. Had that shot right through the wall. A little bit scary, too close for comfort for the Young Ninjas right there. They called a timeout leading into that round. You can only imagine trying to keep the nerves settled as Joachim turns the corner, though. Fear struck into your heart by these shots and missed him getting overrun. But able to hold the line, hold their own up against these pistols. Despite the unlikely outcome right there. Or at least less than likely, considering the HP and the positions, but now Nexus using a timeout of their own. Trying to fight up against the potential of being sent towards that lower bracket, up against this upstart Young Ninjas roster, who's been able to do damage in series prior and is looking to keep that up.
Trying to get it together here now. Go for Nexus, and they immediately lose all their players here. Silence is really putting in work. 2 more kills, then this round's a wash. This round is done on arrival. Airson opens up from spawn, though, and as soon as I start talking, the answers, you thought they were there. Instead, Young Ninjas roll through this round in the span of 30 seconds. Match point.
With the quickness right there, stomping down on Nexus's lifelines as the mid control flows. Silence getting really active on some of these rounds right now, just stepping up to the plate. Wins the 1v2, then brings that same energy to put Young Ninjas onto series point. For one last time during this timeout, I want to give a quick shout out to 1xBet. If you're interested in getting in on that mobile app, right there, you can scan that code. It'll be there throughout the entire rest of this event, though, of course. So, big shout out to them for bringing you some of this intense action here as we head into what could be the final round of play. Look at the purchasing power here. It's limited from Nexus. They don't have best chances here. Zella looking to get active with that scout. Always getting Molotovs in window, though. This is always a presence that they've been throwing out consistently. Oh, this flash could be good. It is. It's great. Money. It's brilliant. It catches both, and he gets both as well.
The stand-in's got his bag of tricks brought to the equation there. What a pop flash. That leaves a 3v4. Grouping up to hit the B site. Sound just has an MP9 cowering behind bench. But Raga is activating as we speak. Silence lobbing in the utility. There goes the Opper. And there comes some chaos, but quickly traded by Yocab. Do the Young Ninjas call it or not? They're going to come back into the site. Both players spotted, but just not the weaponry, or is it? Sound, MP9, round the site, can't hold on. Yocap completes an incredible series here for Young Ninjas. They didn't win a single pistol round, and they still take it.
Oh my god, they went 0 for 6 on the pistols. They're able to close it out with the consistency on the gun rounds, and you can't only give them credit right there because they had to overcome a lot of adversity in this series. But again, they're heading into this one with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown factors, and well, what they have done so well is they've been able to overcome the odds here consistently. And you know, for the Young Ninjas, doing excellent work in the last time and kind of getting rewarded with a little bit of love from the organization. They're getting some of those players taken into the main team here, and they're still succeeding. They're still thriving.
Yeah, that's the incredible part about like, honestly, Mistum and Spray have been through so many roster changes within their team. Even in the last couple months, you know, Max are being taken off the lineup. A lot of changes have gone through for Young Ninjas, but it's about the ability to adapt with this team. And they certainly have. They're putting themselves into good positions. Not picking up a single pistol round really speaks dividends to how strong this team is, regardless of, the freebies that they get. They took the high road in this. It's not like they also picked up force buys back to back or anything of the sort. Nothing like that. They got one on Vertigo. That helps. But here they were off to bad starts on every half on this map of Mirage.
Yeah. I mean, had some difficulties, and we're still able to overcome it. That's again a really impressive, sort of perseverance and resiliency coming through from this Young Ninja squad that we saw again in that first series, where we kind of got introduced to the excitement around this team when they made that big playoff run. When we were talking about the main team losing to Amcal and then Young Ninjas sitting them into that lower bracket, which was like a really cool storyline of the last time. And now they get to kick things off with more success, and they've got another opportunity to make another playoff run for this team that I think a lot of people head into these events and don't really expect them to make it out of group stages.
Yeah, let's not forget as well the stand-in performance that came out from Bovax is also something to marvel at. A lot of multi-kills coming through, hard entry fragging that he was able to do. Casper had a pretty solid debut as well. So everything said, this Young Ninjas team turning out to be a bit of a threat. We'll see how far they can go.
Yeah, absolutely. As for Nexus here, I think you definitely had some really cool pieces stepping up to the plate. Like I got to give a lot of credit to individuals like Raga, BTN. These were key pieces that were able to actually perform well above average when they had Zello, kind of stepping down a little bit there, and Urson as well, who I thought was, like you had mentioned, a very consistent factor. He struggled a little bit towards the tail end of map 3, but he was in some difficult positions, catching a lot of those executes on the A side. So, for the consistency factor, I think definitely 3 players that you don't expect to lean on, but had to develop here, and they were the reason they kept this close. It could have been even more Young Ninjas favored.
Yeah, I think Young Ninjas just had the better tactics overall, and that kept Urson down to very low, unable to fight when you're full blind, right? I just remember that round out towards default. But we got tomorrow's matches right in front of you here. Trying to pick apart some of our Groups A and Groups B matches here, as we're trying to pick out who's going to head off the playoffs and who's going down and out of this tournament. So some do or die matches coming up for a couple of these teams, but that's all going down tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of action still left in store, so it's going to lead to a lot of excitement, a lot of cool storylines rolling through, as is always the case with these European series. So yeah, make sure you definitely tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, but with that being said, that's going to do it for us here. Our little journey into EU series. Maybe we'll pop in, maybe we won't, but definitely see you guys for more LATAM stuff down in the Americas side. But with that being said, on behalf of myself, Cole Exter McHenry, the admin and production squad, thank you guys so much for watching, and be back tomorrow for more RESEU. Peace.
The world is changing quickly. The world is changing, but one thing remains the same: victories with 1xBet.